Wala po. Hindi pa ba nabibigyan?
So, good morning, everyone. We are Group 3. I am Alexis De Leon with Sandra Lacap, Omar Mero, and Saida Hulikulova, and we will be presenting pre-writing strategies.
Introduction. Writers often struggle to think of a statement to start their article or essay because they worry about what to properly say or worry that there is nothing to say at all. Writing isn't always perfect in the beginning. It takes trials and errors to construct a well written text that can properly deliver the message that you intend to convey. We have all written essays and articles for school and maybe even for other matters. And it's safe to say that we have all come across this type of situation. And that is precisely why pre writing exists. In pre writing, you can pre write all your ideas so that later on you can organize them to better deliver your intended message. Defining pre writing strategies. Pre writing is the part where you lay out all your ideas so that you can properly organize them later on for your final output. This part is done to make your output neat and tidy. So, in case you have corrections or something to add and delete, pre writing can save you time to have a well written text. During pre writing, you use a variety of strategies to find out things that interest you about a topic or new ways of thinking about it. It also helps you identify what else you need to know about the topic. In the pre writing stage, it is important to refrain from critiquing your ideas while they have not yet been fully formed. You should approach it with a relaxed and open state of mind. The pre writing stage allows you to communicate with yourself so you can discover that you want to communicate to your readers.
Now that pre-writing is introduced and defined, what is the first step of pre-writing? De- Determining the situation. It is what to consider in pre-writing. Main word here is consider, which will be featured a lot in this part of explaining pre-writing. Now, the first thing to consider in pre-writing is the purpose. The purpose is the reason for writing and gives a why to shape the contents that will be written. But how do you find the purpose of your paper? Finding purpose. We can find the purpose of what we are writing by asking ourselves this question: what do you want to accomplish? This makes one think about what you want the readers to experience or receive with your work, which can be either persuasive, informative, or entertaining in manner. The next thing to think about incorporating while pre-writing is identifying audience. Identifying audience, knowing who will be reading your work. This way, you will know what to write and how to suit it to the reader's experience, preferences, and expectations. This is important to know the possible readers so that you understand how to connect with them and make them feel more immersed with your work. It helps knowing what to write in connection to how the audience relates to the topic by knowing these lists of things, which are the age, sex, political, cultural, and religious background. This is essential to avoid offending or excluding your audience in what you are writing about. The next thing to consider is the topic, the subject or the specific issue of the paper. This is the main focus of what your work is centered around. Now, one can pick a more extensive and complex topic which can derail or distract your focus while writing along with other problems. So it is important to properly choose your topic. Now, but how do you choose a topic? First, it must be interesting to you. Obviously, if the topic you chose lacks interest for you, you would be less inclined to learn more about the topic and affect the quality of what you write. Being knowledgeable in the topic to establish credibility. If you have a lot of mistakes in your paper, the readers will be less inclined to read. Uh, narrow, narrow and simple. Make it narrow and simple to avoid going off topic, so the paper stays coherent throughout. The last thing to consider in determining the writing situation is the tone, that attitude and feeling that reflects on the purpose, topic, audience, and yourself. So, depending on how the words are written, this can affect all the other characteristics of the paper. So, checking the tone of how the paper is formed while pre writing is important. This might represent your intentions in a different way that you didn't intend for. Think about how you word things or the words you use in context of the topic, as to avoid any miscommunication that causes the reader to be confused and lose interest. After we have determined the writing situation in pre-writing, we can proceed to the different types of pre-writing strategies and how to use them.
Now that we are aware of the meaning of pre-writing and the objective of your paper, we can start putting our pre-writing strategies into practice. Pre-writing is done in order to think systematically, which means to understand how the many components interact with and affect one another as a whole. Using pre-writing methods, you could identify a literary strategy and learn how to apply it. There are three major pre-writing strategies: brainstorming, clustering or mapping, and free writing, not to be confused with pre-writing. Before you go on ahead and start writing to your heart's content, you have to stop and think first. As said before, is this topic interesting for you? Interesting enough for you to be able to convey your message to your audience? You've got to make sure the topic you'll be presenting is something you are passionate or interested in, so the readers will be able to feel how authentic your paper is. Now let's start with brainstorming. Brainstorming is a strategy for a small group encouraging original ideas by temporarily stopping criticism. It is also an alternative way for people to find or create good ideas. Any concept evaluation should be avoided throughout the brainstorming process since critical analysis might hinder creativity. The crucial step in the brainstorming process is delaying the judgment process. Having ideas is another crucial step. And since there is no such thing as a bad idea, it's important to write down all of them. There are two ways to brainstorm. You can do this individually or in a group. The best part about this process is that you can think about any topic and there will be no criticisms. There are three ground principles that should be followed throughout classic brainstorming processes: no criticism, go wild on your ideas, and aiming for quantity are all encouraged. After that, you are now allowed to combine, criticize, and improve your ideas. The next strategy is clustering, otherwise known as mapping or mind mapping. Clustering enables a writer to explore a variety of ideas as they come to them. Clustering enables a writer to start without specific ideas, similar to brainstorming or free writing. You start by writing a word or phrase at the center of your page and encircle it. This becomes your main topic. Then you think of other words or phrases related to this main topic. They become your subtopics. You encircle them and connect them to the main topic. Then you think of more supporting ideas from the subtopics related again to the main topic. As you write these down, all of them need to have some sort of relation to the main topic. However, as the example demonstrates, Clustering enables the writer to explore ideas before committing them to a specific order. It does not replace our linear traditional outline. And finally, SIDA for free writing.
So, free writing is a technique in which the author writes their thoughts continuously and non-stop, without worrying about form, style, or even grammar. Free writing helps you achieve a state of controlled creativity by writing down ideas and then connecting them. It's like mind map. It uses the force of narration to draw a stream of connected ideas out of writer's mind. So it means free writing is writing down your thoughts non-stop in the exact order, language, and form in that you think them, without worrying about grammar, style, or form. Next. The good thing about this pre-writing method is that it maintains some coherence between a writer's thoughts. Furthermore, the key to using this method successfully is speed. You write as quickly as you can to create constant momentum for your thoughts to keep on flowing. Writing fast can also get you writing down thoughts you didn't see coming. Here's the example. I have to write about the common cold. I hate having cold. Your nose runs, you get a fever and a cough, you ache all over. Sometimes you throw up. That's the worst part, throwing up. It tastes bad and feel worse. No one wants to be around. No one wants to be around you because they don't want to get sick. It's lonely and not fun. It's an example of journal or like diary. Yeah.
Okay, that is all for our presentation. Thank you for listening.
Not in frame. Both of you are not in frame.
Did we
Okay.
did we accept the amount? How? Right. We did it.
How do we send this to Sir?
Listen.
Can you open Messenger, please? I don't know. It's on the link.
See the amount.
Wait, also.
In YouTube. In ideas.
No, that's not on.
In each areas. I said the same. Yeah, you said in YouTube.
Sa YouTube ba? There we go. Napasok na na.
What advantages of pre-writing activities?
What are the advantages of pre-writing activities? Sir, pre-writing, the advantages of pre-writing activities is that the pre-writing stage allows the writer to write down their ideas about a topic rather than committing too much time to one topic and finding out that that topic isn't what they are interested in or passionate about. So, like, let's say they wrote 3 pages and they find out that it's not a good idea after all. So it's better to uh, start writing down your ideas and figure out which one is the best idea.
Okay, good morning. We will ask them first. Good morning, reporters. Can you
Hi,
hear me?
sir. Yes po.
Reporters, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
There's a delay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the question here is that what do you think are the advantages of pre-writing strategies?
Okay. Okay, so sir, the advantages of pre-writing strategies is that the pre-writing stage allows the writer to write down their ideas about a topic rather than committing too much time on one topic and finding out that that topic isn't good at all. So it's better to write down a list of ideas and figure out which one's the best for you.
Ba't nagbabounce? Is it okay? Kapag nag-ano kasi ako, they cannot hear to me. Okay, I think I do agree to what do you call this? It's Miss De Leon that we won't even spend too much time if we are having the pre-writing because definitely it will be it's we will be targeting what is our purpose and the reason of writing. Okay. So any other supplements? You're raising your hand a while back.
You said before, I was thinking of sourcing the information, outlining it, and organizing it.
So it's most likely, yeah, definitely. If we do the pre-writing activities, then most likely we do outline already on the purpose and reason of writing, right? It's at the same time of what particular syntax that we're going to use, whether it's in present form, past form, or in the future tense of the verb. So, um, Mr. Gomez, Stan, there are. Can you mention some of the strategies that we usually use in pre-writing? What are the things that we usually use in pre-writing strategies? Anyone? Yes, Ardor.
uh, Preparation for example, think what about you should write.
And so basically, you're pertaining to brainstorming. Okay, so we do brainstorming. So basically, I think it was been explained by the group. Can you still elaborate what is brainstorming, Miss De Leon? Can you hear me? Naglag ba sila o ako ang naglag? Sheikha, can you elaborate what's brainstorming is?
Brainstorming is a method where you generate ideas and you
Sige. So
share those
since
ideas within a group or individually without interruption or without any criticisms. So you're free to think about any type of ideas you want, and the criticism can come after. you think of those ideas.
Bounce, no? Okay, so basically we need to do the brainstorming, and I think this is the best way in order for you to, to put into all your thoughts before you're going to organize it. So you need to brainstorm first. How are you going to do it? Well, should you need to jot down, for example, it's the World Teachers Day, right? So you need to qualify it first. What are the characteristics of your teachers? What are the things that you need to do, and so forth and so on. So basically, it's this is one of the best and most popular way in brainstorming, as in pre-writing strategy, and that is brainstorming. Any other kind of pre-writing strategies? Bumabawi si Elmer. Yes, Elmer. Clustering or mapping. So if we say clustering and mapping, Elmer, how are we going to go over? So paano na how it what's the process of that clustering and mapping is? So you're putting all together. Okay. So you're putting it all together, but if you put it all together, it's still part of the brainstorming. But how are we going to qualify that it belongs to clustering or belong to mapping? What's concept maps? Very good. So you do the concept mapping. So, okay, it could be semantic webbing. It could be what do you call this? It's the Venn diagram and other kind of any other kind um, of mapping. Okay, so it could be flow chart and so forth and so on. Okay, so and the last one, we have the free writing. So definitely, if you say free writing, should you need to write about anything as long as it's still part of the topic that you have. It doesn't mean that if you say free writing that you're going to talk about. For example, your discussion is all about how to become an honor student, and then you're going to talk about your friend, your basketball career, and other so forth. And I think that's misleading already, right? So you need to write about the academic process. It could be because you're talking about since it's free writing, so most likely you're going still to talk about the academic performance. Okay, so then after that you will just going to organize it. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions that you want to ask them? Uh, for the group 3, what do you think are the most important benefit that we can get from pre-writing strategies?
Okay.
Group 3, what do you think are the most important benefit that we can get from pre-writing strategies?
Sir, in my opinion po, pre-writing
Narinig ba
strategies
nila ako?
can help us with
Can you
our
hear
thinking
me?
skills, and it
Na?
can
Naglalag?
foster our ability to explain and refine our ideas to others and to ourselves. It's like an important part of communication.
Can you kunay- can you repeat it? Can you repeat it again?
Sir, okay na po, sir.
Please take note with all these activities that we have because we will discuss this in your media and information literacy when you'll be in grade 12. Please take note with all these. Na? Okay, okay, sige, okay. So I'll just ask everyone about it. What do you think will be the most important benefit that we can get from pre-writing strategies? Oh, Althea.
we actually start writing. And when we do pre-writing, it often comes with doing more research about the topic. So that is also added info before we actually start writing.
I think that's the best answer, or maybe the best thing that we can get from pre-writing strategies. Okay, it's most likely it's an overview for everyone in order for you not to be pressured on the topic that you have, because most likely I don't know if you experienced this when you were in elementary or in junior high school, that your English teacher will tell to you, okay, bring out all your what do you call this? It's uh, the writing, how do you term that, it's formal theme, and you're going to write about the topic, then you will definitely get the pressured, right? Because there's no pre-writing activities. Take note that there are no born writers, but the writers are really been seasoned. Okay, so thank you so much, group 3, for the information about pre-writing activities. You can come back now in our classroom.